Coming up in 7 News at 4, new hope for homeowners as the latest inflation data is released. What it means for the next interest rate decision. An alleged torture house destroyed in a suspicious blaze. Gold Coast streets reopen after police seize grenades. Jack's legacy, wider search powers for Queensland Police. A new development in Peter Bowles' quest to clear his name. And a warning for parents about baby food, what you need to know. The news is next. Hope you can join us.
Live from Brisbane, 7 News with Samantha Heathwood.
Good afternoon. Our top stories on 7. Hope for homeowners as inflation slows down. Could an interest rate pause be on the cards? A new twist as an alleged teen torture home goes up in flames on the Sunshine Coast. The government's new plan to boost housing supply as renters consider a payment strike. Gold Coast streets shut down after grenades were handed in to a law firm. And baby food outrage. A new report finds major problems, the ingredients you need to look out for. Good afternoon. Inflation has fallen for the second month in a row, prompting hopes the Reserve Bank will pause its aggressive interest rate hikes when it meets next week. Political reporter Rob Scott has more.
The consumer price
United
index.
States and Morocco in May.
Let's check on the weather now. Tony, storms have been quieter than expected.
Good afternoon, Sam. Yes, they have showers for the most part in the southeast so far, but we could still see a few storms overnight and tomorrow. It was an active start to the day with those thunderstorms over the Downs, still packing a bit of a punch as they moved across inland spots this morning. Warnings were issued west of about Boona, then it all weakened out and spread to showers since. A couple of non-severe storms on the southern ranges at the moment, heading towards the Gold Coast. Zooming out, we're still sitting in a broad cloud band and have a trough lying through inland spots, so it could still provide a focal point for storms to get going. If they do pick up steam inland this evening, they're likely to head towards coastal areas overnight and early morning. Not widespread nasty weather, but showers and storms with the odd severe cell still possible here and there. Then another burst of thunderstorms likely tomorrow afternoon from the Sunshine Coast further north. So it's not quite all done and dusted just yet. Sam, I'll be back soon with tomorrow's forecast.
Thank you, Tony. Well, a major emergency in a Gold Coast street. Next, a building sent into lockdown after grenades and guns were dropped off. Police step in as out-of-control hoons take over a Marsden street. And Prince Harry hits out at the royal family. What he's accused them of now. The operators of an Ipswich waste facility whose odour allegedly triggered breathing problems and nausea in nearby residents has been formally charged. Clean away.
Thank you. It's back to you.
Let's have a quick look at today's sport now with Webcke.
Thank you, Sam. Hello, everyone. Dolphins captain Jesse Bromwich becomes just the 45th player to reach 300 games on Saturday against the Dragons. But it's a milestone that almost never. Sam, more sport at 6.
Fantastic. Thank you, Webcke. Well, it's time to see what's coming up in 7 News at 6 and our Gold Coast Bulletin. Let's bring in Sharon and Amanda. Sharon, the teens accused of torturing a Sunshine Coast girl have faced court.
Yes, they have, Sam, and there's a new twist in the case as the home at the centre of the allegations burns down. We'll have the latest on the police investigation. Also, the state government's plan to secure more homes and what a renters' strike could mean. Plus, the push to clean up the southeast abandoned homes for more housing. And making playgrounds sun-safe, we'll tell you the first 5 Brisbane parks to receive shade sails. And given our high level of skin cancer here, Sam, badly needed that sun protection.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Sharon. Amanda, what do you have for us in the Gold Coast News at 5:30?
Good afternoon, Sam. We'll have the latest on today's live grenade emergency at Southport. Also, our investigation into 2 government-owned properties that are sitting empty on the coast during this housing crisis. And Sam, we're there as the Gold Coast's first flight to Bali takes off. We'll tell you what days passengers can travel to and from the popular holiday hotspot. Lock it in your diary.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Thanks, Amanda. Thank you, Sharon. Our Gold Coast viewers are off to the chase now. Then join Amanda and Steve for your local news at 5:30. And of course, Sharon and Max at 6 o'clock. For the rest of Queensland, has inflation peaked? Next, finance editor Gemma Acton breaks down new figures, what it means for interest rates. Widespread protests continue over pension reforms. And later, dinner plans faster and cheaper, how Queenslanders are saving at the checkout.
Live from Brisbane, 7 News with Samantha Heathwood.
Making news this Wednesday, Australia's inflation rate has slowed to 6.8%, raising hopes the Reserve Bank will put interest rate rises on hold at its meeting next week. Chilling new details have emerged about the person who carried out the Nashville school shooting. The 28-year-old had been stockpiling weapons while being treated for an emotional disorder. And State Parliament is this afternoon debating tougher laws to combat knife crime. The so-called Jack's Law would give police wider search powers. A suspicious fire has gutted the Sunshine Coast home at the centre of a teenage girl's alleged torture. As Ned Balm reports, the house had already been targeted by vandals.
It's the second time in as many weeks that...
Craft. More wet weather is on the way. Tony has the forecast next. And Australia's favourite dinners, how you can save at the checkout.
Good afternoon, you're watching 7 News. Checking the weather now, and after a wet night over the Darling Downs, storms have been pretty quiet in the southeast today. Having said that, warnings have just been issued for areas near and west of Beaudesert, with these cells moving through. Heavy rain is the main threat there. Now, checking the temperatures, much cooler under that extra cloud today, albeit after a steamy night. Brisbane 24 up to 27 degrees. Onto the satellite, storms have been firing away across Victoria and New South Wales, with that patchy activity in southern Queensland with this front and trough here. A bit of cooler air moving in behind that system. Looking ahead, the trough clears across the southeast tomorrow and could still trigger some storms as it does so. Elsewhere, windy in Tasmania with a low, and a flood watch issued for large parts of Western Australia. Around the nation tomorrow, rug up and pack some wet weather gear if you're headed to Adelaide, Melbourne and Hobart. For northern Queensland, steady as she goes. Dry on the coast, 32 degrees in Townsville and Mackay. Some showers developing on the central coast from Friday onwards. In the south, inland showers and storms could still push to the coast in the morning. Then another round of storms tomorrow afternoon, most likely in that coastal stretch here. Severe cells are possible there. Gladstone 33. Across the southeast, quiet today, but watch for more showers and possible storms overnight and through the morning. Then another round tomorrow afternoon, but this time that main focus from the Sunshine Coast further north. A bit warmer, especially with some sunshine returning into the afternoon. Brisbane 21 up to 30 degrees. Then how's it looking towards the weekend? Sam, full details at 6.
Thank you, Tony. Well, that's Queensland's afternoon news for this Wednesday. Remember, you can stay up to date by visiting 7news.com.au or following us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Stay with us now for The Chase, then 7 News at 6. I'm Samantha Heathwood. Thanks for your company. I'll see you tomorrow.